Hey traders, John Howell here. We're going to be having a market update today, seeing the important levels for gold, silver, some of the mining stocks, our stock market, and just the down home country goodness today, moving forward to this week. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, let's get straight into the market today. My TC2000 is down, is down today. So they're actually obviously because of the holidays. Okay, it's a public holiday. You know, guys, interesting about public holidays. Because I'm a full-time trader, that's how I do my living, right? I do my living. There's some grammatically correct for you. I do my living, okay? So the interesting thing is that I now hate public holidays now. It's like, oh man, public holidays. What do you got public holidays for? Anyway, so yeah, I use TC2000, guys. People ask me what software that I use. I mainly use TC2000 because I mainly invest in the US markets, but my futures and forex markets I do other different platforms as well too. So anyway, so let's actually go into having a look around what's going on with the S&P 500 first. Okay, so we'll start at the S&P 500. Some important levels that this wedgie that we've been into looks like it's about to snap. I believe that the end of this move that we've been in so far, I believe it's going to be, we're going to see a blow off top. And therefore, the blow off top may be already just getting ready to start now, right? We may be having a holiday, then the next day the blow off top starts. Now, what interesting thing when you talk about blow off top, guys, a blow off top doesn't happen in one day, right? It takes months. Hear me out here, okay, guys? It takes months for a blow off top to form. So when you hear blow off top, a lot of us think, oh, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be up 50,000%. I better get in now. No, wrong, right? Relax, right? Relax. Because what happens is that it slowly goes up. You know what I mean? Like I might go up 2% today, 3% tomorrow, down 1% the next day, up 2% the next day, up 1% the next day, down 2% the next day, a nothing day, up 2%. That's what you call a blow off top, right? Or it might go up 1%, 2%, 3%, 4% up, 5, you know, that's a blow off top. So looking at the S&P 500, we are just starting to be right at this resistance level here. I was going to say it's breaking out, but that's actually not the right line that I want to use because I want to use mainly the highs through there. That'll be the line I use. And the reason why I'm using that line there, guys, because it's not about where I want the line, it's where the market's respecting it. So you can see what's happened through here. So if I bring up the good old market through here, so let's actually bring up, can I? Oh, what's going on? What's going on? All right, here we go. Can I bring up the... My computer's doing all kinds of crazy shit this morning. Come on, there we go. I think I got some sort of virus on my scanner, guys. Virus on my scanner. Oh, geez. Virus on my computer. Anyway, so the reason why I'm using this line here, guys, you can see how we've had a lot of rejection points through here. But the recent price action is the most important. Because, yeah, we could go back 6 months ago like, oh, look at the support level there. Like, the most important levels really are the most recent ones. So as you can see here, right, this level through here, this angle through here is indeed that resistance level that we need to keep an eye out for. So let me just do this here. Man, my computer is slow today. All right. So as you can see, guys, when we start to look at these markets, right, you can see how we've had a lot of rejection points around this level in the S&P. Rejection. Look at all this. This is all the rejection points through there. Right there. Okay. Come on, computer. You can do it. All right. You can do it. Right. So we have a lot of sort of rejection points all through here, as you can see. So the interesting thing is that we can see there's a lot of really rejection points, but now look what's happening right now. Okay. Little support. Look at all the support levels all through here. right now. So that's actually, this level all through there is indeed a very good, strong support level. So it's actually really interesting by looking at this level here. So let me just bring up, I'm going to try to identify let me actually bring this line up through to here, and I'm just going to bring that up, and let me just bring this up through to here. Okay, so there's two things that this is interesting when looking at the stock market. Okay, there's two things that's happening right now in the stock market. Okay, firstly, that this breakout here, is this going to be a false breakout, or two, the start of the blow off top? Now, I think B. All right, I think B. No, now guys, I think B. I've actually been long the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq for many months now. If you guys have been following me now for 3, 4, 5 months at least, you know that I've been long. Okay, so you don't just get in on based on what you think is going to happen, right? You have a plan around what you're doing as well too. Okay, guys, and I have small risk on my account, so I have really small risk on my account on these ones. And if it's a losing trade, then it's a small loss. If it's a winning trade, my account is going to be up quite a bit. So anyway, so as you can see here, right, we can see that this market's through here. So what the question is, where are we going to go next week? All right, well, this week, right? This week. Get with the program, John. Where are we going to go this week? So the question is this, okay, look at this here. The most important thing is what happens here is where we're likely to start to go on the short term, okay, on the absolute short term here. So bear with me for a minute, okay? Let's actually do this here. So what happens in the markets? Let me just share this with you here. What happens with the markets? You can see how that we're actually been going up. So if we do start to get a bit of a down bar, we can see all these levels of support. Okay, so we've got all these levels. See all these levels of support on today's bar. Okay, so let me see if I can zoom right in. I'm going to zoom right in on this so you can do this here. Let me zoom right in here. Okay, cool. So I'm zooming right in so I can show you what I'm talking about here. We're getting a confluence of this. See all these just sort of not really much happening through here, but we're at this level of, remember, this resistance is now becoming support. So the question on a short-term basis, okay, guys, this is real short-term analysis. If you watched yesterday's video, that's like big picture stuff. This here is like, where's the short-term momentum in the markets? Because that's what we want to see. So as we can see by looking at these markets, you can see how that if we are pushing through here. So if indeed when we open up on Tuesday, this is obviously Tuesday American time. It's actually Wednesday for me, right? Because I'm here in Australia. So my trading starts on Wednesday. So I'm just, even the market's closed, I'm still going to be looking at these markets because I'm so excited for them. So if scenario number one happens, which is this here, right? We get a nice open, come back down, and we get a nice lower close below these sort of last 3 to 4 bars. That's going to tell us, okay? That's going to tell us that short-term momentum is now slowing down on this short-term leg up, okay? So this is that short-term momentum, okay? Momentum swings up, then we have a pullback. Momentum swings up, then we go sideways. Momentum swings up, then we have a pullback. So if indeed we do get this happening here, then that tells us on a very absolute short-term basis, maybe for the next few days, we could expect something like this, a bit of a pullback because of this move up. So that's scenario number one. Then scenario number two is that, they say, John, pullback? Nah, right? So this is where we need to wait for the market. So if the market does this, opens, and we suddenly have a very nice up bar, like that there, and we get a nice little close above, guess what? Now we have a scenario where I believe that could be the start of the blow off top. Now we may already be in the blow off top, who knows, right? It'd just be slowly going up. But the blow off top coming, I really do believe that. And my belief, which it totally could be wrong, right? I totally could be wrong. My belief is that by the end of this year, we would have been already in, or we would have started, or we would have experienced the blow off top. All right, which means we've just not slowly stair-stepping. It's like up day. Like when Trump got elected, right? And then the market just for a whole year, right, just kick on up and up and up and up. And it's like, oh my goodness, the market's made, for the last 460,000 days, the market's made new highs. That's what you're probably going to hear from the talking heads in the media. When that happens, if you watch yesterday's video, if that happens, then guess what? I'm going to be like, oh, I don't know about this, right? So this is here. But guys, no YOLOing, okay? No YOLOing in even if that does happen, even if you do get into a position, just no YOLO, okay? Because I get so many emails of you guys just losing money all the time. It's like, don't be doing that. You might have periods, but that's, don't be doing that, okay? Small risk, small risk, small risk all the time. So if we do get this, guys, it's probably going to be the start of that move. So question is, what happens here on the short term? We get a little pullback here. We'll probably get a little pullback. It's not the end of the trend, okay? It's not the end of the trend. It's just a nice, if that does happen, if we get a pullback, it's just probably going to be a nice, healthy pullback before we start to see the upward movement, just like we can see here. Makes sense, guys? So let me actually now go to the good old gold and silver. So let's have a look at gold here. Real short-term, good old short-term TA for you in the good old gold here. So the real short-term for the TA, we can see that we're definitely having a lot of, we're still at that area of resistance right now, right at that level there. You can see we actually broke up and hit that level of resistance. The question is, what happens here? Because if you have a look at this, here, we are slowly building what I call like an upward flag type of a movement here. And sometimes it just depends on where the breakout happens, okay? So if we have a look at this here, that'll be probably something that I'll be looking at probably through there. Let me see if I can just bring this down to here for a bit. So probably something through there I'll be looking at. Probably something through there. Okay, so let me actually just create a parallel trend line now. If my computer will allow it. Geez, my computer's slow today, ain't it? John, no trading for you today. Your computer's too slow. I'm getting a new computer. Right, and we possibly have a bit of a channel through there. Actually, I'm noticing a different angle. What's this angle, right? Guys, I'm doing live TA right in front of you right now. Probably the angle for me would be somewhere through there, I would have to say. See, that'd be the angle I'd have to use. Could I use that angle for, so that's the top of that little channel there. Could I use that angle for the bottom as well? Actually, you know what? Yes, I can. See what I'm doing here, guys? I'm just trying to find the most relevant sort of angles in the markets to see what's going on here. So this is what I'm going to use here, okay? So really interesting. You can see how we're, from the top to the movement, Now, this is a move up, a strong move up, and it's slowly going up. This is actually this pattern here. I've seen a lot of times this pattern here be a reversal pattern, which means reverse on the downside. So we need to wait for the breakout, because with this pattern through here, we never know what's going to happen. Again, I'm actually in gold, so I'm bullish. But look at this here. If we do start to break up and out, and we start to break out of this channel like that there, that's going to tell us, okay, this sort of slow move up is probably a little slow movement before we start to see a break like that. So we need to really watch gold, what happens next moving into this week here. If we do get a nice solid close above gold through there, then that's probably going to give us that confirmation. Okay, we are breaking above significant resistance as well too, which is around that 1830 or 1840 level, that resistance. If we do see that, then we're probably going to break up and start to make a big move. But if we don't, for some reason gold does something like that, then guess what, guys? We're probably going to see on the short term anyway, a bit of a pullback, and then it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens here. So this is real short-term technical analysis, guys, based on what the market is doing for you. So anyway, guys, there's a bit of an update across just some gold there as well too. Actually, let's actually go look at silver, okay? Let's actually look at silver while we're here. And look at silver. And we can see by looking at silver. Is it silver or silver? It's interesting. It's like for me, because I'm an Aussie, all right, good old Aussie. It's like, it's a silver. It's have you traded silver? Have you seen silver? It's like SILVA, silver. Let's actually draw some trend lines here on silver to see what's going on here, and I can see how that the market has indeed had a problem, a lot of problems breaking up above this resistance line. And you can see we're also squeezing. We also actually did have this sort of angle going on as well too. No, that wouldn't be that there. Let me actually bring it through here. It's probably this smaller angle. Okay, guys, as you can see, this is real short-term technical analysis. And what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to see if there's any patterns that I can see here. All right, so we had this real short-term sort of angle. Can I bring this down to here a bit? Maybe through there. All right, so let me through there, and then we have something through there. So that'll be it. That'll be the one. That's the one there, okay? So you can see how we had this slow move up. Slow move up. Let me actually delete that line because we no longer need that line anymore. So you can see we've had this downward trend, right? Lower highs, and rejecting right at this resistance level. And every time we got to that level, breakdown bar, run. Sideways, breakdown bar, flush down, capitulation, which actually might be the end of the trend. And now we slowly trend up, and now we're getting a bit of a breakout bar on there. Do we have volume? Can I get volume? No, volume says no volume for silver. It's just like, it's just like no volume. The Fed just said, you know what, let's make silver 24 today. Or 24.69. There's no volume. And so we can see here that a very nice breakout. So this capitulation move, just like with gold, could be the sign of the end of the trend move, and we're now getting a nice breakout here. So we are starting to see a bit of a potential change in trend now. We are still on a downward trend here, so we still need a lot more upward movement. Because gold, as you know, with gold, what gold did, gold had the flush down, but then gold came straight back up really quickly, and gold's like up here. So it's going to be really interesting to see what actually happens with silver here, but we are breaking to the upside. And I do know there's actually a bit of a volume behind these futures markets. So this may indeed be the start of that upward trend on what's happening through there. I'm just looking at some sort of levels of support or resistance through here. It's actually interesting. I can see how, I'm just going back in time to see these levels. So notice that level through there, guys. For you guys that know that slingshot pattern that I talk about, isn't that interesting? All right, you had this low back here, you had this major low back here, but look what happened. We broke down, we went sideways, and we got a big solid close back above. So maybe this significant support level that's been through this here since on the entire year, maybe that was the flush down, not much going on, and then the break up, and then maybe this here is now ready for, because whenever we get these slingshot patterns, we have a good chance once we actually get them, which is for you guys that don't know about what the slingshot pattern is, it's a break below a major support level, not a short-term once level, but a major level like you can see here, right? We had a major levels of support. It's a breakdown, and then it's basically not doing much, and then gets back above it. It's basically like a false breakout or a bear trap or whatever you want to call it, right? But I call it a slingshot pattern because a lot of times when the market breaks down, then it gets back up, it generally slings it to the upside. So a lot of these patterns actually end up to the top of this channel here. So right now we're at 24.69, and the top of the channel is around that 28.50 level on silver. So as long as with silver, guys, this is the interesting thing that I'm looking at silver, okay? As long as silver stays above these levels through here, okay, which is around where it is right now. As long as silver doesn't break below these lows through here, and we start to get back below these trend lines, if silver does get below, say, I'd have to say, if we're using a number, say 20, if we get below $23.70. Then we're probably going to continue down through here. But if that holds where we are right now on silver, then that's probably going to be the false breakout. And then we're probably likely to see silver go back up to around about the top up here. That's the first target. Now that's the first target for silver. Isn't that interesting? I actually wasn't going to look at silver. Now I'm actually, see guys, I'm doing live technical analysis on the spot. There is no scripting in this bitch. Oh John, how could you say that? Right? There is no scripting, right? It's just TA. It's what I know. So anyway, so we have this first flush down and then a move up. That tells me there's a good probability, no certainty, so no YOLOing, okay? Remember I said before, no YOLO, risk small. Because you don't need to risk big. If you have 2% risk here, but then you have the ultimate target, your 2% risk could give you 20 or 30 or 40% return on your account. No big risk, okay? So we have that. We have that through there. And what we do is that, what I said before, okay, when that happens, that there's a high probability, it's a good probability we're going to get to the top of this channel up here, which is around there. Once we get there, we'll probably have a bit of a pullback, bit of a pause. But then I ultimately see with a lot more time, not just one day. All right, guys. And just remember what I'm saying here, guys. It's called probability. There's also a chance. There's a high probability this is going to happen, but nothing is certainty. So as you know, silver, she's like, she's a wildcat, right? She's like some of my ex-girlfriends. Whoa. Right? Like, good morning to you too, darling. Right? So, but the target, okay, the ultimate target when I see these patterns here, and I see time and time and time again, is firstly we get the slingshot pattern. So the risk would be from where it is now to down below here. So you'd be looking at, say, a 5% risk, okay, on silver. Silver does that there. If I was in silver right now, I'm actually in silver long term, so I don't really care about the short term stuff, but long term I'm in silver to like 2025, right? So you can see what's happening here with silver. So if silver breaks below that level there, guess what? Then it's going to be, it's all over, right? I mean, not all over, but I wouldn't want to be long this market because that's probably going to be a bit of a false move to the upside. We're going to get back below all these significant levels of support. Once we do that, or if we do that, I would not want to be long. So that'll be your risk, okay? Which is a 5% move on the downside. But the ultimate target, once I said before, the first target is the other side of the channel. But then what we project the channel back to the upside, and then we start to see where I projected this up here. So all I did here is I just drew a trend line from the top of the channel to the bottom of the channel, and I just projected this up like this. So see like that there. And so what I do now is I obviously get the exact same obviously a horizontal line, and that tells me that with silver, I don't know. There's probably looking at this here's probably. If I'm looking percentages terms, there's probably 70% chance. All right, let's talk about that. 70% probability. Not certainties, guys. Okay, not certainties. If you get into a position, firstly, whenever you get into any position, just say, if this is a losing trade, accept that some of the things you get into are going to be losses. Just accept that. Don't be afraid of it. Right? So it's like, cool. And the more you can get away from being afraid of having losing trades, the more you just stop trying to be right with the markets, and the more you just trade your pattern. Your system. Actually, that's actually a big unfortunate because a lot of you guys don't even have a system. You're just like all over the place. There's no consistency. So therefore you don't get any consistent results. It's a big thing that I talk about with my coaching clients. If you like to learn my system, the market's open right now. Let's quickly go long. All right. So if you're interested in learning my system and my pattern, guys, then there's that free trading course below. You can see that through there, okay? So you can see what's happening here with silver. So there's a good % chance that we're likely to get to the here, but then we project it up. So I see maybe over the next 3 months, 6 months, who knows, maybe 2 months, maybe 12 months, okay? I don't know timing, but I'm confident. There's a good probability now we're likely to get to this $33 level, and I'm interesting, is that any major level of support on the weekly chart? Let's go back to the weekly chart here for a minute. Let's actually squeeze this up. Isn't that interesting? Look at that there. The projected pattern based on this potential little slingshot move is up here. So that tells me there's also a level just above that, which is that, just right there. So let me actually change that color to like a purple. Let's go back to daily charts. All right, so we're going to go back to the daily charts. So there's probably a good chance, guys, and I know this sounds crazy, but what level is that? 35. That's $35 is a round number. So, 30, 35, 40, so on and so forth. So you can see here. So there's probably a good chance, guys. It's probably, again, there's a high probability, not certainty, that we're probably going to run back up towards the 35 level. Again, that could take 12 months, could take 6 months, could take 2 months. I don't know. All right, but there's a probability. The reason why is because when the market gets to here, we probably have a bit of a pause, a bit of a pullback, but the market loves to run to these round numbers, and this ultimate level of resistance, which is back here, as you can see, right? That's that significant level. There's a little bit of resistance back here, but that significant one is around that 35. So the market's probably going to overshoot and probably run to the upside. So anyway, guys, there's a little update for me. Guys, because you're still watching this video right now, firstly, I just want to say thank you so much for being part of this amazing community here when it comes to the stock market and trading. I hope that I bring you a lot of value, a lot of entertainment. And my goal, guys, is just to help you with your trading, and that's obviously, that's the reason why I give away the free trading course, and just to help you guys with that there. So, guys, if you don't mind, if you can just leave one comment below, you know what? Let's actually put the word in the chat box below. Here we go, right? Because I believe the markets, the metals, the miners, we're about to say, here we go, right? Here we go. Because that's going to show me that that obviously you just finished watching the video, you're my top 3%, and it's going to confuse the hell out of us. So if you can leave a comment below, leave a comment below, here we go, and I'll know that you are my 3%ers. Hey traders, I'm giving away 100% free access to my brand new breakthrough full trading course. This is 8 videos over 10 hours of pure amazing and powerful strategies. This is my most powerful systems and strategies that I've used for the last 16 years, and I'm giving it away for free. So this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link around here somewhere, a button or in the description or somewhere in there. Click on that and you can go get free access to my brand new breakthrough trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now. Go to that right now, guys. You can get full, complete, free membership access. Go do that right now.